Hey, thanks for checking out the video. In this one, I'm going to talk about what it's like to do kind of like gear review type YouTube. Um, I never really set out to make this channel, an actual channel, but um, yeah, it turned into that, and I wanted to talk about my experience with that. So I'm going to be very transparent, honest about that whole thing, the pros, the cons, and some advice I'd give anyone who's considering starting a channel. Which, by the way, if you've ever considered starting a YouTube channel, let me know in the comments. And have you ever started one? Do you have any advice or any tips for anyone thinking about it? Please put those in the comments as well. We can all help each other out. But I kind of just started. I posted a YouTube video. How this all started, I posted a YouTube video so that I could just share the link with my brother and a friend, and then other people found it and commented and stuff, and it was kind of fun. So I just decided to make another one and so on, and that's how this channel started. It wasn't really an intentional, like I sat down and decided one day I'm going to do a YouTube channel, but I'm going to tell you about how it went for me and what I'd have done differently, just to kind of save time and get to whatever goal you may have quickly or more quickly. But all in all, I mean, YouTube, I'd say it's if you're considering it, if you've ever thought about doing it, I'd say give it a shot. I mean, one thing you are going to need, I guess we'll do, I'm going to do three pieces of advice in this video, three pros and three cons, and I'm going to split them all up. So we'll do like a pro, a con, and advice, pro, con, advice, pro, con, advice, just to kind of keep the variety going here. But yeah, so I guess we'll start with the first pro, and that's going to be that it's fun and there's great community on YouTube. That's been my experience. That's what's kept me going. If it weren't for the community on YouTube, I wouldn't be doing this. But it is fun to share passions and hobbies with people that enjoy the same type of stuff and talk about it with them. You learn a lot from the community on YouTube, and that's what's been the coolest part for me. So that's the first pro. I won't say too much more about that. The first con is only really a con if you're pressed for time, but that is time itself. YouTube does take a lot of time, and you have to invest a lot of time before you get any juice for the squeeze, so to speak. Basically, if you just want money from YouTube, if you want to get monetized and stuff, right now to get monetized for AdSense, which is when you can make money from the ads that are played on your videos, is you need to hit 1,000 subscribers and then also have 4,000 hours of watch time. Now, YouTube did change some things that you can unlock some monetization features, not for ads, but for like super thanks and stuff like that. You can actually get to those quicker now, which is really cool. You only need 500 subscribers, I think, and 3,000 watch time hours. So it's nice that they set that bar a little lower for some features. But yeah, to get a cut from the ad revenue that YouTube makes, you need to get the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours. All that to say, you are going to need to put in a time, probably time, passion, and consistency. Those are the three ingredients you're going to need to eventually reach that. Um, Going into advice here, if you need subscribers, so basically on most YouTube channels, they hit the subscribers before they hit the watch time hour requirement. I was the exact opposite. I had a lot of watch time hours, but I was struggling to get subscribers, and it was my own fault. A lot of times I would forget to ask people to subscribe in my videos. Self promotion is just kind of awkward. For me anyway, I just don't like to do it, and it's not enjoyable for me to ask for people to subscribe. So I didn't for a long time, and I probably should have at least mentioned it. And the way my friend put it is like, you're just reminding people. You're not telling them to do it or like being weird. You're just saying like, hey, don't forget to subscribe. Um, so yeah, my advice would be to do that from the outset, even though it's a little awkward. And then my biggest advice, if you need subscribers, is short videos, shorts, YouTube shorts. They bring in a lot of subscribers. So I don't like doing shorts. I've enjoyed a few I've made, but generally I just like the long form content like this. So I stay away from shorts. But if you need to pump up your subscriber count, I would say jump on your short videos, get those ramped up. That will help you out a lot in the shorts department. But then watch time is going to come from your long form content videos like this. So yeah, if you need watch time, focus on your long form content. If you need shorts, focus or subs, focus on your shorts. That's going to be the first piece of advice. Going to the second pro of YouTube. Sometimes you get free stuff from manufacturers. If you're a gear reviewer, I do flashlights primarily. I've gotten a lot of cool products from companies. That's definitely a cool perk. You watch YouTube, like if you watch YouTube like I do, you see YouTubers getting some really cool stuff, and you're like, man, that's awesome. Um, Now it's free on one sense because I didn't pay for it, but on the other sense, I owe the company a video review, and that is time and energy goes into that as well. Time and researching the product, testing it out, making the video editing, thumbnail. By the time it's all said and done, you do put in some hours, and so if you think about it in that sense, you're paying with your hours, like whatever your hourly rate would be for that product. But nonetheless, that's a perk. I mean, you get some cool stuff, and sometimes you even get it before it's released, so you kind of feel like really special, like, whoa, I got this cool product that the world doesn't know about yet, and I get to check it out. So that'd be pro number two for me. Con number two is going to be negative comments. So you do get some negative comments. That just kind of comes with it. And honestly, thankfully, it hasn't been too bad for me. YouTube does filter out some comments if they're like clearly like nasty and like just mean or whatever. Everyone's got an opinion about that. But YouTube kind of hides them from you, but you can see them if you go into your like analytics or studio app. You can filter them if you really are curious to what people say. And there's been some weird ones, but honestly, like you just don't let it bother you, and you just keep moving on. And there's a vast majority of positive feedback and comments. So I would say, those comments, comes with the territory, but that is a negative. Like it's a bit annoying, like when people are just grinding. I found that most of the negative comments I got came earlier on when I started YouTube. Like if you're a small channel, you don't have the credibility or the respect yet, just because your numbers are small, your views, your subscribers, you're just kind of like hitting the scene, and like you're pretty easy to pick on. So you get hazed a little bit maybe, and maybe that's good. I don't know. I mean, it was I definitely learned a lot from some of them. Like some people were correcting me, just like in a harsher way, maybe than what I would have done. But that's just part of it. And then I like to call this next group of people, the flashlight police. I've been arrested by the flashlight police a lot of times, guys. If I quote something incorrectly, like for example, the i3T, I used to call the low, and then I used to call the high setting turbo. I get roasted for that to this day. On some of those older videos, people are like, "It's not turbo, it's high." Stuff like that. You will get arrested by the flashlight police. They're out there. I don't know how much they get paid, but it must be good. But yeah, they'll roast you, and you just got to be okay with that. Got to carry humility with you. Yeah, I'd say negative comments would be the second con. Jump into the second piece of advice. It's going to have to do with thumbnails. Man, there's great videos about how to make thumbnails on YouTube. If you're curious, those are probably going to be a better resource for you than what I'm going to tell you now. I'm going to tell you what I use, and it's free and easy. It's Adobe Express. I found that to be really nice. It's got some cool features. Like I said, it's free. And you can just like drop a picture on there. If you take a picture of a product against like a blank background, they have a free for now anyway. It said that the entire time I've used it, which has been about like 8 months. They say it won't be free forever, but it's been free the whole time. You can cut out the product, like delete the background, so you just have the product floating in like on its own. So you can overlay it on top of like a background image and make it look pretty good. You've got text that you can soup up with borders, shadows, and stuff like that. You can make a pretty good thumbnail with Adobe Express for free, and it's easy. Like even for me, I have no background in graphic design. I'm not particularly artistic or anything, but I just mess around on that, and it's been cool. You can even take brands, like for example, if I make an Olight video, I'll grab the Olight logo PNG file from like Google, and that a lot of those PNG files, they have the background deleted already, so you can just overlay it on the thumbnail, make it look kind of more professional that way. And then if it doesn't delete the background, you can just delete the background on Adobe Express. So thumbnails, use Adobe Express. That's my advice anyway. There's many ways to do it, many good softwares you can use. And at first, you don't even need to mess with fancy thumbnails. You can just put a picture in the background. That's what I did. And then you can always change them back later. So that's advice number 2. Let's get into pro number 3. And that is that you can eventually get paid from YouTube. Like I said, if you hit 4,000 watch time hours and 1,000 subscribers, you can set up AdSense and try to get paid for the ads, get a cut from the ad revenue you get on your channel. I'll be upfront with you. I've been monetized now for about just under 2 weeks, and I've made $17 on YouTube from YouTube itself. So I'm not like that's real money. It's not like anything gonna like change your life at this point, but I'm not complaining at all. I'm just stating realistically what it is. And bigger channels, as your channel grows, I suppose that'll grow too. And then YouTube will pay you out whenever you hit $100. So I might not hit that for like a month or 2, maybe 3, who knows? But when I hit 100, then they'll pay you out. They just don't want to be paying you out small amounts, more frequently. They'd rather wait till it's like in $100 increments. At least that's what I've been told. I haven't actually gotten paid out yet, but yeah, that's the type of money this channel makes from YouTube itself. And then if you have affiliate links too, that's great. So that's going to be pro number 3, is that you can eventually turn this into a side hustle. Like I said, you do need to put in time and effort up front before you hit that. So you kind of do a lot of work without the reward for a while, but eventually you get there. One thing I'd be careful about, if you're listening to anyone give you YouTube advice and they're calling it passive income, that's a pet peeve. There's nothing passive about it. You do have to work. It's work. Don't let anyone fool you. You don't just sit back in your chair, drink lemonade, and then the money rolls in. That's not the case. But I suppose it's passive in the sense that once you have your channel established, you can just like let it ride for a while. But honestly, it's not passive income. It's not. If you're looking for that, this is not financial advice, but you may want to look into like dividend paying stocks or ETFs or something. That's about as passive as it gets as far as income goes. But yeah, that brings us into the con number 3, and that is that you kind of, at least me, this might vary for you, but you kind of feel obligated to post every so often. Like I can't just walk away from YouTube and like not think about it for like a week or 2. I think, man, like these people have been cool to me, my audience, like I need to give them a video, like, and it's not like I feel like, man, I just got to throw something together and just get it out there, because that's not how I want to make videos. But you feel this weird obligation when you have a YouTube channel to keep it going, to keep posting on a somewhat regular schedule, and that's real. So if you're in a busy season of life, that's going to be something to think about. Like for me, for example, I'm a husband, I'm a father, I work full time, and I am a part-time grad student as well. So time is a thing, and feeling that obligation to do those things, spent family time, dedicate good amount of time and energy to your work, your studies, there's yard work, et cetera, et cetera. There's always something to do, and feeling obligated to do YouTube every so often is kind of a con. But the nice thing about it, I'll flip it on you. The nice thing about YouTube is you can make a video and set it all up and then set it to publish like later, whenever you want, like years later, months later, weeks later, days later, hours later. You can set exactly when the video publishes. So if you do want to take a break or a vacation, yet keep your channel schedule somewhat regular, you can do that. So if you're good enough at planning in advance, I'm not quite there yet, but if you are, you can set it up so that you can give yourself like vacations from YouTube or breaks, and keep your channel sort of consistently chugging along. So yeah, that's con number 3, is just the obligation you feel to do YouTube. Let's see, advice number 3. Oh yeah, to start your channel off. If you want to get a little bit of money, get paid a little bit before you get monetized from YouTube itself, the best advice I can give you, and I think is what worked for me, I kind of did it on accident, was you can, if you're doing gear reviews, for example, like let's say it's not flashlights, let's say it's like fishing equipment, or like, yeah, let's say there's like a new lure that comes out, or new pole or reel, or some kind of new gadget from a big company I'm not too familiar with fishing, so maybe this isn't the best example, but my point is pick a big company that you know kind of does is present on the YouTube scene and maybe does do affiliate links. If you have the money for it, get one of their newest products that just came out and make a video about it. Review that product, talk about it. Not only are you going to get more views than you probably would otherwise, you're going to probably get that company's attention, and they may reach out to you to do like future videos for them. That's not a guarantee. Nothing's guaranteed, but that's what I found probably worked for me in hindsight. I did a video on the Warrior Mini 2 from Olight in battle green color, and it was one of the only videos at the time on YouTube of that light in that color. And I think Olight maybe noticed my channel because of that video. I can't guarantee that that's what happened. I don't know for sure, but it was shortly after that they reached out. So I think that's a good way to go. That'd be my advice, is like, if you do want to make a little bit of money from YouTube and maybe get an affiliate link, or like affiliate relationship established with a company, it would be to, you know, review one of the newer products that they've released. And that way, you know, you're going to draw an audience that might be interested in that product, and then also maybe grab the attention of the company. Once again, not a guarantee, but that'd be my advice to you to get like established more earlier on, perhaps. But yeah, YouTube, all in all, let's see, did I do 3 cons and 3 pros and 3 advice? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I think so. My advice to anyone thinking about YouTube, if that's you, I mean, that's how I started. I started by just watching a lot of YouTube, and then I decided to post a video one day, and the rest is, you know, what happened. But I would say go for it. Like, you could always try it and then drop it if you find out, hey, this is too much work for me, or this isn't for me, or I don't like this or that aspect of it. You could always drop it. There's no obligation on your side to do that, to keep it going. Once you start, you're not committing to starting a channel forever. You can always stop. So I would say, if you are considering it, give it a shot. And then YouTube itself is a great YouTube resource for YouTube. There's a lot of good how-tos on YouTube, but that's kind of what I did. And I have a buddy who was kind of helping me along the way. He's got a channel, Collector's Conquest, I've mentioned before. He does like collectibles and figures and pop culture type videos. But yeah, he has a successful channel, and he was giving me a little bits of pointers along the way. So, but yeah, YouTube itself, use YouTube. But all in all, I mean, it's been a positive experience, but it has been work. I want to be honest about that. It's not easy money. I wouldn't call it easy money at this point. I mean, now for like larger, bigger channels, once you get there, maybe the money starts feeling more easy. I can't speak to that, but I know that it takes a lot of work to get to that point. So let me know what you think. Have you ever considered starting a YouTube channel? Have you started a YouTube channel? Do you have any advice, if you have a YouTube channel, to share with me or others? If you have any other questions about YouTube, I'll be as transparent as I can. To put in the comments for me. Appreciate you watching. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. God bless. Bye.